Hi, students. Today we're going to start writing our process writing paper in Google Docs, and we're going to be using our process writing planning guide as a tool to help us be successful. You also have a teacher model embedded in your playlist today that has a breakdown of each of the paragraphs, and so you can use that as a reference as well. All right, so yesterday you finished this tutorial and process writing guide, and this helped you map out all of the pieces that will be in your writing. So you came up with ingredients or items or props or materials needed, common mistakes, pro tips, clothing, and then you mapped out the different steps to your process. Remember, your process paper has to have at least 8 steps to it. So today what you're going to do is you're going to open up a brand new Google Doc and you're going to title it with your last name, colon, process writing. And you're going to set it up in MLA format, which we've already done twice so far in this class. We did it for our poetry. We also did it for our memoir writing. So if you forget how to set up MLA, you can scroll down to the video on setting up an MLA paper in Google Docs and you can review it there. But you're going to have Times New Roman 12-point font. We're going to double space our lines, and we're going to have our reoccurring page number with our last name in the upper right hand corner, and then we'll have our header on the left. So that's your name, teacher name, class name, and due date, which again, I have all of this modeled in the teacher model for you. You're going to center a line and have your title, which will be process writing 4, and then whatever it is that your skill is that you're teaching us how to do. You will have 2 days to work on your process writing. Today is day 1, so you should get about halfway through. It's going to be different in length for everyone based on what it is that you are teaching us how to do. So some of you have an 8-step skill. Some of you may have like a 21-step skill, and that's fine. So everyone's is going to be a different length, but what you should have is going to be the following. An explanation of skill product in detail at the top. So your first paragraph should be an explanation of what are you teaching us how to do, or what are you teaching us how to make. So you want to pretend that the reader knows absolutely nothing about your topic and go into as much detail as possible. Again, I have all of this modeled in the teacher model that is linked into your playlist, and I have all of the paragraphs labeled for you as well. After you have an explanation of the skill or product, then you're going to have a paragraph on what's needed, what you should wear, and where you should be to complete your skill. So think about what you put in here in your planning guide, and that will help you construct this paragraph. So even if you want to have both of these open at the same time on your iPad, you can split screen it. You can have your planning guide on one side and Google Docs on the other, and it will help you so that you don't miss anything. Then you're going to start getting into explaining the process. So that's where you start referencing the steps that you mapped out here. So again, some of you may have 8 of these. Some of you may have 20 of these, depending on how detailed your skill is. So you're just going to break up the paragraphs into steps. So the first step is, or start by, you want to use those transitional words at the beginning of the paragraphs. And then there's 2 things you're going to be embedding in here. You're going to be embedding somewhere where it makes sense for you, a common mistake and how to avoid it, and also pro tips, how you can take it to the next level. So you'll notice that in my very first paragraph of explaining a piece of the process, there's a common mistake to avoid right at the beginning. So I have that embedded right into that paragraph. Again, yours is going to be wherever it makes sense for you. So again, paragraph explaining a piece of the process, paragraph explaining a piece of the process. I have quite a few of these. And then again, the pro tip is down here because again, it depends on where it makes sense for you. So I embedded that into this paragraph. And then that's it. So you will have, again, 2 days to create your process writing using those transitional words, using the teacher model as a model, and using your planning guide as a tool to help you remember everything that you want to include in your writing. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and I will help you. And I can't wait to see what you come up with. Next week, after we turn in our process writing, we're going to begin mapping out the tutorial video that will go along with it. And again, in my teacher model, I actually linked the video in here that I made that goes along with this paper so you can get an idea of what we're looking for. And so that's going to be a fun thing that we'll be working on next week. All right, happy writing. And if you have any questions, let me know. Bye.